Hello, everyone. I'm here with the astrology of the week. This is for October 28th through November 3rd. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, follows, shares, and comments. They have been a blessing to me and a blessing to this channel. I greatly appreciate all that loving support. If you're interested in a consultation with me, or if you just want to go directly to the date of the week, I recommend you checking out the description part below. It has the timestamps. So now let's start with this Monday. Monday, October 28th, Mars is in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces. Venus is in Sag, square Saturn in Pisces. Um, so the week is starting off with spiritual warfare. What do I mean? That means you fighting with yourself, you fighting with other people's perceptions of you, you fighting with like identities that are no longer your identity. And then for in the spiritually inclined, it can literally be spiritual warfare. I would keep myself prayed up. I would keep myself strong in my meditation, strong with my ancestors, with my spiritual team connected, because it is something that's going to be pretty strong starting on this 28th. I think they're preparing for the Halloween. And so keep that in mind. Also, for the 3D, what you might be experiencing is a lot of headaches, especially right between your eyes and right in the base of your neck. A lot of headaches, a lot of tension, and a little bit of distracted energy. Okay, so now let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, the 29th, the moon enters the sign of Libra. This is you seeking peace, seeking balance, seeking serenity, seeking oneness with yourself. So you might be a little bit distant, distracted, and detached from some people that you know will bring you drama, will bring you problems, blah, blah, blah. You're just kind of like, I'm not interested. I want peace. And I think this is you trying to balance out the energy because you are feeling a little bit drained and exhausted from the energy of Monday, because it's not like if it stops going on Tuesday. Okay. So try to seek that peace, try to stay centered and focused, and try to push away all those people, places, and things that know how to trigger you and set you off. Okay. Now let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday, the 30th, moon is in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. Be careful what you might say this day. You're still a little bit testy. Your energy feels the push and pull of the spiritual realm. Um, this makes us a little bit irritable. And sometimes we might say something that you don't really want to say and react in a way that we later on might regret. So anytime that you're going through this period, it's like really important for you to be mindful about how you come off when you say things. Okay. Also keep in mind that that opposition of Uranus and Taurus makes people very bullheaded, very stringent, very like, I said what I said, right? And if we were talking about a spiritual community, this would be somebody that knows better, but continues to send out those negative intentions and that negative spell work. And the people receiving it are kind of in that, I just want to hurt somebody right now energy. Okay, so keep that in mind. Try to keep yourself in center because there is a lot of really weird energy going along the entire week. And this is so spiritual, the entire week is. It's not so much the 3D. You might experience it in the 3D, but it's really happening in the spiritual realm. Okay, so now let's go to Thursday. Thursday the 31st, happy Halloween. We have Mercury in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces, and the moon enters the sign of Scorpio. You're going to get so many like intuitive hits, downloads, information. You might feel vertigo, a little bit dizzy, because when we get this information, it gets this way. Your spiritual team is trying to send you really clear, precise messages. So if there is a big question that you have in your mind, I would talk to my spiritual team at this time. I would ask them questions. Even having that moment of active meditation where you ask yourself a question and then you go into meditation, you do what you got to do, and then throughout the day, you start seeing messages and symbols that kind of tell you what's going on. And that's what I would receive and do this day, because there is going to be a lot of clarity of questions asked. Okay, so now let's go to Friday. Friday, the 1st of November, moon is in Scorpio, trine Saturn and Pisces. And there is a new moon in the sign of Scorpio. Really interesting. We're starting the new month with a new moon, and it's in Scorpio, which is all about transformation. It's all about death and decay, and it's all about things that were hidden that comes to light, which causes the death and decay and the transformation. So there's a lot of things going on. Unfortunately, it's not going on in the physical. It's going on in the spiritual. You might, one thing here and there, see something in the physical realm manifesting. But the reality is there's a lot of things going on in the spiritual. And these things that are going on in the spiritual throughout the months that are preceding, you will be seeing how that impacted you. But there's a lot going on in the spiritual. I feel very strongly that Friday will be an energy of anxiety, of like, when you get that premonition in the base of your stomach where you feel something's going to happen, but you don't know what's up. That's the energy that I'm feeling for this Friday. So just know that it's something happening in the spiritual. Always stayed pray up, stayed meditated, do the things that you do normally in your practice to stay connected and protected, because it is a lot of that. And you're just going to have to ride the wave, because it's really not something you're going to be able to sink your hands into. Okay. So now let's go to Saturday. Saturday, November 2nd. Mercury is in Scorpio, sextile Pluto in Capricorn, and also it is trine Mars in Cancer. And then Mercury enters the sign of Sagittarius later on the day. This is a lot of mentally jumping around. So, like, your mind will go on here and then here. It's like squirrel brain all over the place, and you're just going to be like everywhere all at once. There's going to be a lot of ideas, a lot of optimism about these ideas. It's going to be something where you're like, I can do this to fix things. I can do that to fix things. I should do this. I should do that, blah, blah, blah. Try not to overwhelm yourself, because though the energy is starting to flush through you, telling you things that you should do, you still don't have the full picture. So you might get involved in something that you're not ready for, right? And so allow the information to go through. I would acknowledge the information. In other words, writing it down or taking note of it or recording yourself saying it so that you can go back to it in the future. It's just not a really good time to do stuff, just to be honest. But there is going to be a lot going on in your headspace. So again, staying grounded and centered and trying to stay in that Zen now moment. Okay. So now let's go to Sunday. Sunday, November 3rd, Mars is in Cancer opposite Pluto in Capricorn. Venus is in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter in Gemini, and Mars is in Leo. Okay. So Mars being in Leo makes you very fiery. Okay. So that makes you easily triggered, easily explosive. This is where your ego kind of comes through very strongly and says, how dare you? I know more. So keep that in mind. Also, when we go to Venus in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini, we're looking at driven confrontation. Like, you really want to hurt somebody is what I can tell you. It's like really funny because the thing is that the reason why you're feeling this like need to fix it now, and you're over it, and you're like going to smack a biatch upside their head because they're being stupid, it's because you are feeling the hits in your energy. You're starting to feel constricted. You're starting to feel like a caged animal. You're starting to feel that. And I want to say stay calm, but how do you do that when you feel that strongly, uh, I guess, triggered? So I think the biggest thing that I would like to let you know during this time is that the best thing that you can do is just try to avoid things that you know will set you off faster. So if you know you have a problem with this person at work, try to avoid them. If you know that that family member usually like sets you off, ignore and avoid them as much as humanly possible. If you're starting to feel irritated and triggered by your partner, let them know, hey, this is not a good time. I'm really good at that. And then and just ghost them for a little bit. Tell them I just need my space, because you will lash out possibly on the wrong person because you are feeling this internal, like, I got to get out energy. Okay. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you the next time.